Hey everyone, welcome back to Immediate Movie Reactions. I'm here after watching the first episode of the highly anticipated stretch to call it documentary on Ed Gein. This is in the Monster series, Jeffrey Dahmer and the Menendez brothers. And just like those, this is nothing really but sensationalist trash, right? This is the type of movie that would be a movie of the week shown on Sunday night, or a mini series. Come back every Monday night to watch this. Oh, so it's difficult. This is Charlie Hunnam plays Ed Gein, it doesn't make any sense, right? This isn't Charlize Theron, who's one of the most beautiful women in the world, and then really becomes Eileen Wuornos. This is Charlie Hunnam doing a stupid ass voice and looking all geeky, but still completely ripped because you do see him naked, or somewhat naked. He's covering himself. Laurie Metcalf is in this, who I thought at first I was like, oh god damn it, I can't stand her. However, she might be the best part of this. She was actually really damn good in this, and I watched it with my wife, and I know the story of Ed Gein. If you know the story, you're going to know where the problems are in this. There really isn't, like, it's horrific. It's absolutely unbelievable, the stuff that he did, and what he made, and what was going on in his life. However, they kind of build up the wrong portions of this and do it in ways that make no sense. So because I knew the story, I know where they're making things up and filling in gaps and all that sort of thing. And I get that, because that has to be done. But what happened is, if you don't know the story, for my wife, she was pretty damn confused about the timeline and how long, from his mother having a stroke. It's a year later that I think it's a year, right? Historically, to when she had the first stroke, to the second stroke, and when she dies. They kind of gloss over the brother. They don't talk a lot about his childhood. And this is a 5-episode series. And after the first episode, I was kind of bored. Like, I don't understand. Charlie Hunnam sounds like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite. He's got this weird lilting voice where maybe he's trying to sound younger or more innocent or whatever, but he just sounds stupid. They introduced this sort of girlfriend for him. I don't know why they do that, except to maybe show that, as he becomes more horrific later on. But that's how he gets introduced to these comic books that were, these adventures and stories of the Nazis and that sort of thing. And that's true. Like, he definitely followed that sort of thing, and he was obsessed with the macabre aspect of it. But we didn't need pictures of the Holocaust. We didn't need this weird side story with Ilsa Koch, someone who was, I guess, running a concentration camp. None of that makes any freaking sense. But what's happening, they're just trying to pad out the story. They're just trying to fill it out. It's not good. It's just not good. They're going to go into him being a serial killer. It's debatable whether he really was a serial killer. Probably killed more than the one person he was convicted of, but there's no evidence of that. And this movie or show, whatever, doesn't care about evidence. It just cares about kind of shocking you. But there wasn't a whole lot. I felt like by the end, when he's, spoiler alert, he's digging up bodies and he's going to make a human suit out of them to wear and pretend that he's his mother. And obviously this is something that, Psycho and Texas Chainsaw Massacre was all based on this. And this is sort of a poor man's version of Psycho. I don't know. I thought it was horrible. I thought it was awful. I could barely get through the first episode. I don't think I'm going to get through any more. There we are. I don't know. If you enjoyed it, please tell me what I missed. Maybe it's worth it. But I think Hunnam is absolutely terrible in this, and I see no reason to finish this out. So there we are. I think it's another loss. I don't know what the hell is going on with these Netflix, we're going to call them documentaries, because even back to the garbage like Don't Fuck with Cats, which was really good for a while and then just completely fell apart. I think that's where this is going, right? It's got a decent enough premise. I mean, the story is obviously something that has, held people's attention for 80 years now. And for years to come, it'll be building this folklore and this mythology and this urban legend and all that sort of thing. This movie does not do it. It doesn't hold up. So there we are. Please like, share, subscribe if you've seen it and enjoyed it. good for you. Let me know again what I missed. I appreciate you all.